Hi everyone, my name is Vamshi Prasad and I am going to be teaching you about a topic called Git. First question, what is Git? You might have heard about Git, GitHub, GitLabs and many more. What is it? Let me tell you, Git is not a programming language. I see many people would be very happy to hear this, right? Git is an SCM tool. What is an SCM tool? It's a source code management tool. As the name says it manages code, right? Now you have many websites like GitHub, GitLabs, Bitbucket, SourceForge, etc. They're all remotes of Git. Now, according to definition, Git is a free and open source distribution software control systems designed to handle everything from small to very large projects with speed and efficiency. Now, yeah, do not get confused between Git and GitHub. Git is a tool and GitHub is a website. Now, the next question is, what can I do with Git? First and foremost, the main use of Git, manage code, right? That is the main use of Git. After that, comes the other uses like collaboration with different people. Many people can work at a single project at once. Let's say you made a change a few months ago, then that particular change does not work. You can just revert the changes. You can make branches indicating which features are in development, which features are stable, etc. Let's say you have a lot of branches. Upon their requests, you can merge them into main or the master branch. One thing in the community or any company, if you're using anyone's changes, it is very necessary to credit them. So you can do something called cherry pick. So you can cherry pick their commits. And there's a lot much more which you can do in Git. Now I'll just show you how a tree looks like. It's a visualization. This is a screenshot of the repository of Visual Studio Code which I took, which has so many commits and so many branches. Now for the demo purposes, I will show you the easy way and the hard way. To skip to the easy way, I think you can skip to this point of time on this video. Now I will show you how to do it on the hard way first, because it is highly recommended that you understand what happens actually in the backend. Thank you. And that's all for this presentation. I guess let's get started. What do you say? Now, first thing, there's a lot of commands which we will need to learn. Before that, we need to install Git. So for that, you can open up a terminal. I did not mean to open Safari. So you can open up a terminal, or what you can do, okay, you can open up Safari and you can go to the Git website. Just search for Git on Google. The official website of Git is supposed to be gitscm.com, and I think now once your website is loaded up, you can click on this one, the first one, which is gitscm.com, or you can, I have already opened it here. You can go to downloads, or you can just click on here, download 2.23.0 for Mac. Now how do you know if it is installed properly? You just do git v, which will show you what the version of Git is installed on your computer. These commands, whatever I'm going to teach you, are same for both platforms. All three platforms, Linux, Windows and Mac. I think there's something wrong. Okay, now I will also talk to you about GitHub Desktop. So you can just go to github.com or just search for GitHub Desktop, and after you access this website, you can go ahead and download the official GitHub Desktop. Now, what is a GitHub Desktop? GitHub Desktop is a GUI client for GitHub repositories. Now, this is actually for the easy way. You can go ahead and install GitHub Desktop. It's a really good tool, a really good software. You can download for Mac OS and Windows and so many things. I think it's also there for Linux. I don't know. Now, once you come here, first thing which you need to do is create a new repository. I'm going to name it as test YouTube. I'm going to create it as a public key repository. Now, here, what I'm going to do, I'm going to create a folder, which is going to be our local repository. Whatever is on your GitHub will be called as your remote repository. Now, programming, other projects, YouTube tutorial. I'm going to create a folder here for called as test YouTube. Now, inside this, you need to open a terminal. Now, the first thing which you need to do, no matter what it is, no matter a GUI client or a CUI client, you need to initialize the repository first thing. So let's go and type in this command, which is called git init or git initialize. Or apart from that, I'll also teach you the easy way. For which you will need to open Visual Studio Code, or apart from that, it is called git init. Now, if my Visual Studio Code is opened up, I can show you how the process in the GUI works. Well, you can use a GitHub Desktop, or you can go ahead with this one. So it all depends on you. I think this is going to be a big video because there's a lot of commands which are related to Git, and I think this will take a lot of time. So once you come to Visual Studio Code, you can go to this tab called Git or version control, source control, and you can click on this button called Initialize Repository. I'm going to type in the command itself, which is git init. You can see it says initialized empty git repository in my folder. Now come back to your remote. You can add a remote. It's called, you already have the command here. I'm just gonna copy the URL. Now the command for linking the local repository to the remote repository is git remote add origin. Oops. You should have actually added origin and then the URL. So it's okay, you can just add origin and then our URL. Now I can do two commands, which is git push. Now what is a git push? Git push is nothing but pushing changes from your local repository to the remote repository. Git push origin master. Why master? Master is because master is the branch to which I'm pushing to, and origin is our local name, remote name. Failed push references to GitHub. Okay, let's see what that error is later on. Or you can also click on this button over here, which will do a command called Git Fetch. Now what is a Git Fetch? Git Fetch pushes and pulls all the changes at a time. Now if I just refresh this website, Nothing has happened because we have not have any files yet. Now let's go ahead and create a file. I'm going to name it as text.txt. Now as soon as we create this, the Git will know that something has changed, and you can also see it here called in green, which says it has changed or which is a new file. What you can do is called git status, and you can see we have an untracked file here. So right now we have just created the file, right? We are gonna add it to our workspace. What is the workspace? Is nothing but this is the place where we see what is going to be committed. So we can git add text.txt, or if you don't want to add files individually, you can do dot, which will add everything which has changed in the present directory. Now you can see git status here. You can see it's a green. Why green? Because it's a new file, right? Now I can go ahead and commit it. What is a commit? Commit is nothing but when other people see what changes you have done, they need to know what is the change which you have done instead of the change itself. What I mean to say is the message. Like for example, I have a message here called create text.txt. Now you can see here this command called git commit -m refers to a message and then the message after that. You can see one file has changed, 0 insertions, 0 deletions. Create mode text.txt because you have created it. And if you come here, you can see that green thing is gone and there's nothing to be staged here. Now let's go ahead and edit this thing. Let's say hello world, and I'm gonna until I save it, nothing's gonna get changed. So I'm gonna save it now. You can actually see that it is being reflected here under changes. I can see text.txt. I can do git status here, and I can still see it there. It says modified text.txt. I can again go ahead and add the files according to the command, or I can click on this button and type in modify text, and I'm gonna push it. I'm gonna commit it and then upload it. Now this button will upload it to our repository, which is here, GitHub. Now if I refresh this, I should be able to see a file called text.txt, and the latest change is modified text, which was done 15 seconds ago. I can open this and I can see our changes hello world. Now in a lot of times you will need to know branches. What is a branch? Let's say we have our master branch right now, right? Let's say I'm working on a feature. So what I'll do, I'm going to create a new branch. I'm going to say it as feature, and I'm going to take it from the head. Here in our case, head and master are the same code, so are on the same place. So after I branch to feature, I'm going to type in this thing. I'm just going to type in feature. I'm going to save it. Now you can see our changes are reflected here. In the command line, if you want to branch, it's called git branch and then branch name. It's as simple as that. Or you can also do git checkout -b and then branch name. What is the difference between branch and checkout is that checkout -b will create the branch and then shift to that branch, whereas git branch will just create the branch, nothing else. Now after that, we have our changes here, right? Let's go ahead and commit our changes. No, I'm not gonna revert it. Yeah, you can also revert that change. I'm gonna commit the changes, name as feature. Now I can switch back to my master branch. Now I want, let's say our feature is not having any problems. It is working perfectly. So what I'll do, I'll merge the branch to my master branch. You can see git merge feature, and now as I have merged it, you can see in my master branch we have our feature here. Now I can upload this to our repository on GitHub. Now if I refresh this page, you can see we have only one branch, but if you open this, we already have feature here. Now there's another way of doing this, which is, I'll show you now. Oops. Yeah, which is, let's say I'll create another branch called feature2. From the head, I'm going to name another thing called feature2. Save it, commit the changes, called feature2. Now I'm going to switch, I'm going to upload this branch without merging it. I'm going to upload it directly to GitHub. Now once that upload is complete, I can refresh this and I should have two branches, which is master and feature2. I can, as soon as I do that, I can actually see there's a button here called compare and pull request. I can open this and we have our feature2. I can leave a comment, let's say what's new, and here I can say feature2. This is like a changelog to say. In big companies, when you're working, what will usually happen is that you will not have access to the master branch, so you can create a pull request like this, and GitHub actually checks if there are any conflicts with the base branch. If there are no conflicts, you can merge the pull request. As I am the author of the repository, I have full permission, so I can do this. But in companies, your employer will have this. So after I merge this, I can go ahead and delete the branch. Now you can see it has been deleted. I can go back to my repository. Now there are no pull requests. You can see the latest commit was feature2. If you click on this commit, you can see what were changed. Now the same thing which you can do on your command line is a command called git log. I will post all these commands in the description, so you can go ahead, and hope it will be helpful for you. You can see changes. Here you can see we have a change: merge pull request, feature2, feature, and so on. I can click on Q to exit. Now after that, we have something called Git Clone. This command you will be using a lot of times. Now what is Git Clone? Let's not use this for now. Now we have our test tutorial, right? Let's say I purposely deleted. I can go back on here, and if I do ls, it should have, okay, fine. I'll open a terminal on my folder, and here I can go to my repository, copy the URL. Now you can see here I don't have any folder, right? I can just do git clone and paste this. It's actually gonna create a folder, download the files which were on my repository here, and put them into this. Now these are the basic commands which you will need. No matter what video it is, no matter what project it is, you will need this because it helps in collaboration a lot. Now we have learned about many commands, which is init, add, commit, status, branch, checkout, merge, remote, clone, pull, push, fetch, log. Now that's all for this video. I think this is an already long video. Take care. See you soon.